Mule, please, come on.
Hey there, everyone. How's it going? Today, we're diving into a super interesting topic that's kind of quirky. Why can't mules reproduce like other animals? Yep, those hardworking mules you see on farms or trudging through mountains, carrying heavy loads and toughing it out in rough conditions, they're totally sterile. No baby mules. So, what's the deal? Why can't mules have offspring like donkeys or horses? Is this a flaw or a feature? And did mules actually help build civilizations, like in ancient Egypt or Europe? Could their use ever lead to them disappearing, like some endangered animals? Let's break it all down in a simple, fun way, like we're chatting over coffee. Oh, and if this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on our cool stuff. Got questions or thoughts? Drop them in the comments, and we'll get back to you ASAP. Ready? Let's jump in.
Why can't mules reproduce? First things first, mules aren't your average animals. They're hybrids. What's a hybrid? It's what you get when a male donkey and a female horse have a baby. Not the other way around, because that makes a different animal called a hinny, and that's not our topic today. Mules combine the best traits of both parents, the horse's strength and the donkey's patience. But the trade-off, they can't reproduce. Why? It's not some ancient curse or bad luck. It's pure science. Let's break it down. Donkeys have 62 chromosomes and horses have 64. Chromosomes are like the instruction manual for an animal's traits: color, shape, behavior, you name it. When a donkey and a horse mate, the baby mule gets 31 chromosomes from the donkey and 32 from the horse, making a total of 63. That's an odd number, which is a problem for reproduction. Normally, during reproduction, chromosomes split evenly to form eggs or sperm, then combine in the baby. But with 63 chromosomes, mules can't split them evenly, so their reproductive cells don't work properly. That's why mules are sterile. But wait, are all hybrids like this? Not always, but many are, like ligers, lion plus tiger, or zonkies, zebra plus donkey. They're often sterile for the same reason: mismatched chromosomes. Mules are just the most famous because they're so useful to humans. Imagine if mules could reproduce. We'd have whole herds of them. But nature said nope. Fun fact, in super rare cases, like 1 in a million, a female mule might have a baby. But it's not common, and the offspring usually isn't a true mule. Plus, mules get awesome traits from their parents, but those traits aren't stable. Even if mules could reproduce, their babies might end up more like a donkey or a horse and lose that hybrid magic. It's called hybrid vigor. Nature gives hybrids a boost, but it doesn't let them pass it on. So humans have to keep breeding donkeys and horses to make new mules.
How are mules like other animals? Mules aren't alone in this hybrid club. Other hybrids, like ligers or zonkies, are also sterile because of chromosome mismatches. But mules stand out because donkeys and horses are so closely related. They're both in the equine family. Their genes are similar enough to make a healthy hybrid, but not similar enough for reproduction. If the genetic gap was bigger, like between a cat and a dog, you wouldn't get a hybrid at all. Scientists love studying mules to learn about genetics. They're even experimenting with gene editing to see if they can fix the sterility issue. Imagine a mule that can reproduce. That could change farming and transport. For now, though, nature's still in charge. Mules are like a living lab for studying how genes affect strength, behavior, and sterility. They act cautious like donkeys, but have the power of horses, making them perfect for research.
What's a mule like inside? Mules are built tough. Their bodies look a lot like a horse's, but they're stronger, with sturdy muscles and bones thanks to that hybrid boost. Their insides, like their digestive and respiratory systems, are more like a donkey's, built for endurance. If you want to study stamina in tough environments, mules are your go-to. They live a long time too, about 30 to 40 years, which makes them easier to study than some other animals. Scientists know mules inside and out, from their genes to their organs. It's like they've got a complete mule manual. Why start from scratch with another hybrid when mules are so well understood?
Mules in history. So, did mules really help build civilizations, even though they can't reproduce? You bet! Mules have been MVPs throughout history. In ancient Egypt, they carried massive stones for the pyramids and temples. Picture a mule hauling half a ton through the desert without breaking a sweat. In the Roman Empire, mules were the go-to for moving soldiers and supplies over rough terrain. In medieval Europe, a mule was worth its weight in gold because it could work long hours without complaining. In America, especially during the Wild West, mules powered the Industrial Revolution and farming, plowing tough land and carrying goods across mountains. During World War I, they hauled ammo and food to soldiers in rugged areas. Even today, in rural parts of Egypt and the Middle East, mules deliver supplies to remote villages where cars can't go. Mules aren't just workhorses, they're cultural icons too. In Arabic stories, they symbolize patience and strength. In European art, they show up in rural scenes as symbols of hard work. Even now, mules help with tourism and transport in places like the Himalayas or the Alps.
Problems with using mules. It's not all rosy, though. Some people have issues with breeding mules. For one, mules often work in harsh conditions, carrying heavy loads or trekking long distances, which can affect their health. Since they can't reproduce, humans have to keep breeding donkeys and horses to make more mules, which can strain those populations. Some argue that hybridization isn't natural and could cause genetic issues in the original animals. But in rare cases, overbreeding has reduced the number of purebred donkeys, which can hurt biodiversity. But honestly, the benefits of mules have far outweighed these concerns. Modern alternatives. That's why scientists are looking for alternatives. One idea is gene editing to make mules fertile, but that's still in the research phase. Another option is using machines like tractors or mountain vehicles to replace mules in transport and farming. There are even agricultural robots now that can handle tasks like plowing or carrying goods, reducing the need for hybrids altogether. The goal is to rely less on breeding and protect natural animal populations. Wrapping it up. So, there you have it. Mules aren't just sterile hybrids. They're partners in human history, helping build civilizations with their strength and endurance. Without them, things like the pyramids or mountain transport might not have happened. But we also need to think about modern alternatives to ease the pressure on nature and animals. If you made it this far, you're awesome! Drop a like, leave a comment with any questions, and we'll answer them right away. Want to know more about animals or genetics? Let us know in the comments, and we'll cover it next. Catch you later for another mind-boggling topic.